Good evening, my YouTube viewers. It's Palestine here. I'm just making you another video to let you know that I'm home from the hospital after having gotten my lumpectomy. I didn't want to make any videos in the hospital because the hospital has a policy that you're not allowed to take pictures in the hospital. And they would have heard me. If I was making a video, they would have heard me. And because I'm using the NHS and it's in a ward with lots and lots of beds. And so if they'd heard me, I don't know how they would have taken it. So I didn't make the video. I'm waiting until I'm home to make the video. You can see I've got a bandage where they put a cannula on me, and I've got my hospital tags, and I also have a hospital tag on my foot. And so basically, we left my place before 7, and we walked to the hospital, and we had to find the adult day surgery unit, ASDU. And then we had to wait in a queue, and because lots of people were having surgery that way. And so I haven't had a video I haven't had an operation with the day unit in a really long time, like maybe 15 years. So obviously they changed the way they've done things. And so I got there at 7:30, and they showed me where my bed was. And I kept saying to them, well, I have an appointment at Berkshire Cancer Center at nuclear medicine. And they said, oh, we're going to take you over there. We're going to take you over there. And so I didn't want to wear my gown. And I said, well, the doctor said I don't have to wear my gown. But she said, well, everybody else is wearing a gown. So basically, I wore my pajama bottoms and a gown. And we went over there to nuclear medicine. And what she did was she gave me an injection, and this was at 9:30. And she gave me an injection into my breast. And in this injection, she put radioactive material in my breast. And she said that the radioactive material is going to stay in my breast for 48 hours. And so, and then I had to go back up to the ADSU unit, and because they were waiting for me, theaters were waiting for me. So I had to walk to theaters. I had to walk to the adult day surgical unit theaters. And I saw people I knew because I work in the hospital, and I was so embarrassed because I didn't want anybody to know that I was getting an operation. But obviously, they're going to know now because they're going to tell people. And so my colleagues are going to know now. But if my colleagues say anything to me, I'm just going to say it's not anything for you to worry about. I just had a minor procedure done. So that's going to be me talking my way out of it. And so basically, I walked into the anesthetic, and they put a cannula in my hand. And the cannula was very painful. And then they were checking to see if they could find the radioactive bits, because that's how they know to take the lymph nodes out, because they use some machine to check for radioactivity, and that's how they know to take out the lymph nodes. And so they took out, and then they asked me questions about a holiday I would like to go on, and I told them I'd like to go to Blackpool. And then what happened was they said, well, tell me about Blackpool, and just imagine it. And then I went to sleep. So apparently when I woke up, they woke me up, and they told me that I had problems breathing during the operation, and they want me to take an inhaler. But the problem that I have is that I have to take so many drugs already. I don't want to take an inhaler. And my mom is saying that they want her to take an inhaler as well. So me and my mom both need an inhaler. And me and my mom both don't want to take an inhaler because I have to take so many drugs already. So they took, you can't see it, but they cut here, cut here, and then they cut here. Although you can't see it, that's where they cut. And so I went back, they took me back to the ADSU unit, and so I had to wait for the doctor, and that was 4:30 before I saw the doctor, and he said that he took about 4 lymph nodes, and he wouldn't know how big the tumor was and whether the margins were clear until it came back from pathology, and he's made an appointment for me for a month. And then so basically what's happened is, in addition to that, they were checking my blood, and I had high blood sugar. And the reason why I had high blood sugar was because they gave me 3 pieces of toast because I'm diabetic and I'm not supposed to be having carbohydrates. So what I think the hospitals need to do is make like low carb toast or high protein toast for people who are diabetics, because diabetics aren't supposed to be having carbohydrates. It's not just a matter of not having sugar, it's not having carbohydrates. And so speaking of which, when I finish this video, I'm going to have to go take my medication. And I didn't take most of my medication this morning. And the reason why is because I don't want to take my medication on an empty stomach, because last night I didn't eat anything past about 12 or 1 o'clock, and I didn't get anything to drink past 6:30. So and then at 4:30 or so, when we were discharged from the ADSU, I didn't have any food. I'm not allowed to cook anything or even run a kettle for 48 hours. So we went to the dining facility in the hospital because they were serving dinner. And we had a piece of pizza, some mashed potatoes with gravy, and some peas. And I wanted to have a pasty, but they didn't have the kind of pasty I wanted, so I just had pizza. And then my boyfriend had the same thing, and that meal was like 7 pounds something, because I'm an employee of the hospital. And then we had to take a taxi home because I did not want to risk getting an infection. So we had to take a taxi home, even though I live a mile from the hospital. I didn't want to risk getting an infection. And so this lady is messaging me because she's going to make me dinner, where I've already had dinner, but I can have it tomorrow. I can have the dinner tomorrow because I'm not supposed to be doing anything electronic like turning on a kettle or turning on a cooker for 48 hours, and my boyfriend can't cook. So that was it. That was it for my day. I'm not going to know what's going on with my cancer for about another month, but I'm thinking about making another video with regard to why I got cancer. So people who like conspiracies should like that particular video. So I guess that's it for now. We've been talking almost 10 minutes, and I've told you about my day, told you about going to nuclear medicine and having a radioactive material injected into my breast so they can track the lymph nodes. And I talked to you about the surgery that I had, which I was sleeping, so I don't remember much about it. But they said that I had problems breathing, and they want me to take an inhaler. And then I told you about getting what the doctor said, and about me having high blood sugar, and me having dinner, and some people from the church are going to bring me dinner. So that's awful kind of them. So when I finish this video, I'm going to have to take my medication, which I didn't take this morning because I didn't want to take it on an empty stomach. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. And maybe tomorrow or the next day, I'll talk to you about an incident that happened when I was at Foster Wheeler, which I believe is one of the reasons why I got cancer. And it's going to be a conspiracy. So if you like conspiracy theories or conspiracy facts, then you'll like that video. So thank you for watching.